I was stopped from going to Hathras by the government of Uttar Pradesh because a young girl was raped and killed. I think one cannot treat women with disrespect. One cannot, Kamal Nath ji is from my party, but I don't like personally the type of language that Kamal Nath ji has used. And I don't appreciate it. I think it's unfortunate. But as a general statement, I think that our treatment of women in this country at all levels has a lot to be improved. There's a lot to be improved, whether it is in the law and order, whether it is in just basic respect, whether it is in how much space they are accorded in business, in government, in other areas. I think our women are our pride. I think they should be protected, and I don't appreciate this type of language regardless of who's using it. Well, look, please take a look at our record. Take a look at our record right from the freedom struggle. You know, we are not, our record is pretty clear, it's open, and in fact, I've just made a statement here against something that one of our leaders has made. I don't think Mr. Scindia or anybody else would make this type of statement about his leadership. I believe Kamal Nath ji has already said that his statement was unfortunate. We have seen a tendency now for the current government to use agencies as political weapons. If somebody is not doing what they want politically, across the board, they feel they can use the CBI and the ED to pressurize them, to threaten them, to hurt them. This is something that it's not only Mr. Farooq Abdullah, but many people are facing. I am personally facing this assault. I have a number of cases against me, and there are many leaders who are facing this assault. This is tragic because it is going to destroy these institutions. These institutions are designed to give justice to the people of India. They are not designed to be political instruments. So I do not appreciate using CBI and ED to do your political work. They are India's instruments. They are not personal instruments of the Prime Minister, and they should be treated as such. Well, our position on that is pretty clear. We've made it very clear. We believe that uniting the people of India is what strengthens this country. We believe that all people should be brought together, all people should be respected, and we feel that when you divide the people of this country, like the BJP does, you strengthen our opponents. BJP needs to reflect on why the Chinese have the power to be sitting inside Indian territory today. The Chinese have taken more than 1200 square kilometers of Indian territory. The BJP needs to think about why, what has given the Chinese this strength. I'll tell you what has given the Chinese this strength. Chinese have got this strength to sit inside India because the BJP has destroyed India's economy, because they have mishandled COVID, because at every opportunity they divide this country, because they take decisions without asking the people of this country. And that is why we have a foreign power occupying 1200 square kilometers of our land. And we have our Prime Minister lying to our nation about this occupation. The Prime Minister has himself said, and this is a lie, that nobody has taken any land from this country. The army is negotiating with the Chinese. The army believes otherwise. The defense ministry believes otherwise. But the Prime Minister is not able to face the reality that his misgovernance, his incompetence has allowed a foreign power to take over 1200 square kilometers of our country. And one of the big reasons this is happening is because everywhere the Prime Minister goes, everywhere he goes, he weakens this country's basic structure. When you crush the press, when you take over institutions, when you incite people against each other, you are weakening India. It is very important that every Indian understands this. That when we are united, we are strong. When we are united, nobody can challenge us. When we are divided, when we are fighting amongst each other, we are weak. And then you will have things like what is happening currently. What do I expect? I'm not a soothsayer. I don't have the ability to predict these type of things. But I can say that the real challenge is in front of the country. I mean, what I'd like to hear from the Prime Minister is when the Chinese are going to leave Indian territory. This is shocking to me. I don't think there's any other country in the world today where a foreign power can take 1200 square kilometers of the country, right? And there's no answer from the leadership. There's no country in the world where if their territory is taken, the Prime Minister can simply say it never happened. So what I'd like the Prime Minister to tell us, the nation, is when the Chinese are going to be thrown out of Indian territory. What is the date by which the Chinese soldiers are going to be kicked out of India? That's what I want to know. But I guarantee you, the Prime Minister won't have the guts to say that. The Prime Minister will not be able, I'll tell you right now, that the Prime Minister will not say one word about the Chinese. He will not be able to say the word China. Let's see if I'm wrong. Thank you.